Hey guys, this is Gear 911 here with another review, something that is near and dear to my heart. This is going to be a review on IFAKs, or individual first aid kits, or first aid kits in general. All of these are meant to be carried on you. They're all meant to be worn wherever you go, or kept with you wherever you go. So I have three different types here. These two are going to be Blue Force gear. This is a micro trauma kit, and this is a trauma kit now. So you're looking at, for the micro trauma kit, anywhere from $69 for just the pouch to $200. That's fully loaded with ALS gear, or advanced life support gear. This one, the Blue Force gear trauma kit now, is going to be $79 and up. You can outfit this with multiple different things. This one is going to be a North American Rescue. This is going to be a USCG thigh rig. This is meant to be worn up here. It clips onto another clip that goes onto your belt, and this goes around your thigh down here. So this one's probably going to run you about $153 and up. I believe that's with the base kit. You can find that on North American Rescue, and of course you can find these on blueforcegear.com. They are not endorsing me. I have purchased all these myself. I've purchased all the interiors to the kits, and I'm not going to really go into everything that I have inside. I'm going to go into the importance on having one. That's the biggest thing. So what I'd like to start with is the Blue Force Gear Micro Trauma Kit. This I keep mounted onto my belt. I love this kit. This is small. It doesn't really interfere with much. Like when you're sitting down, when you're standing up, when you're moving around, you really can't tell that this is on you. It's going to be the smallest kit out of all of them. This one's meant, when it comes out, it's out and it's with you. You can't put this back very easily, which if you're taking it out, you're probably going to need it rather quickly, and it doesn't really matter if you can get it back in. The other ones that I do have here, you can kind of work out of a little bit easier. So before I fully get into these, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on everything that they have. Okay, so like I said, the Blue Force gear here is going to be one of the easiest ones to wear. It's small, it's compact, and I want to stress this for law enforcement out there, especially with law enforcement friends or anybody who's working in law enforcement or has the chance to be in some sort of situation like that. I highly recommend carrying an individual first aid kit. Where most of you work, I know the medics are probably right around the corner, but honestly, if you have something that you can start care with, then this is like invaluable. Sometimes you need something immediately, and it does mean the difference between life and death. An extra 2 to 3 minutes to wait for medics to show up, or 2 to 3 minutes for the scene to be clear for them to come in, could mean the difference between life and death. So this is great because if you need it, there's 2 pull tabs on either side. Inside them, they're Hypalon tabs, and inside is a little rubber ball that makes it easier to grab. So what you're going to do is when you're wearing this, you're going to grab it, and you're just going to pull. It's going to come out. It's going to come out into a nice little package like this, and it just flops right open. And like I said, I have this layered down with the ALS advanced life support gear, chest seals, needle decompression, frog tape. If you haven't heard of frog tape, go look it up. Stuff sticks to absolutely everything, and it lays flat. It's the best. Got an NPA, some combat gauze, and some regular gauze, compression gauze in there. It is kind of difficult to get everything in here and get it situated. You really gotta wrestle with it because this is Hypalon. It's not meant to stretch. It's not meant to deform. But once you get it in there, it does stay in there. It just takes a little bit of time, and fresh out of the box, it's going to be a little bit sticky. If you're going to be carrying advanced life support gear like needle decompression pens, NPAs, stuff like that, whatever it may be, even Narcan, have a training on it. If nobody's offering a training, go out and look for one. Training is the biggest thing. You can have all the gear in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, it's useless. or you're going to use it wrong and you're going to end up hurting somebody worse. So definitely go out and get trained on some of the gear, and if you know anybody that can do it, great. And if you, law enforcement, anybody wants to get in on training, that would be a great opportunity to get everybody in and get some education on some medical stuff. So this is going to be made of Hypalon, the whole thing, except for the elastic bands. These elastic bands are going to be very tough in the beginning, but over time they loosen up a little bit, not to the point where they fall apart. Hypalon, I've tried to break this. I cannot break it. Unless you have a knife or something, you're not going to break it. The sheath that it comes in, again, is just a Hypalon with some elastic on it. It does have a little cross on it. You can switch that up. They have a glow-in-the-dark one, a red one, and a black one, so you can remain stealth if you'd like. On the back, you can also mount this onto Molly if you wanted to. And inside, there is a little Velcro tab, so it will stay in place if you add some Velcro there. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a Velcro tab to add on the inside of your belt. So for the micro trauma kit, that would be my best bet for law enforcement or anybody that's going to be out and about wearing a belt, or somebody that wants something small in their kit. It has everything, the essentials ready to go. One person, all your gear right there. Also, I'd just like to touch on real quick that unfortunately, because this kit is micro and so small, there is no place to have a tourniquet on this kit itself. So I always advocate carrying a tourniquet. It doesn't matter if you're in the woods, you're on duty, you're going to the range, anything. Tourniquets save lives. And honestly, I'm going to advocate for the cat tourniquets. They're proven in combat. I haven't tried the rats or any of the other ones out there, so I can't really speak on their behalf. But I have used these. I have tried these out. I have had the opportunity to actually use these, and they work amazing. Sometimes you need two, but at least having one on you is better than nothing. So after that, I'm going to move on to the second Blue Force gear. This is going to be the trauma kit now. This is made to mount onto a backpack, onto a chest rig, some sort of MOLLE equipped whatever that you have. This is going to be much bigger than that one, but carrying roughly the same amount of stuff. Again, you have the Hypalon case with the pull tab with the little rubber stopper inside. On the back, Hypalon MOLLE tabs that Velcro at the bottom. Again, these are extremely strong and lightweight. I love the Hypalon. So for this one, if you want to get into it, it's going to be mounted on you. So if it's mounted on you right here, you're going to lift up and pull, and the bottom part of it will stay onto your kit or your vest or whatever you have. That'll stay there, and then this is what you'll have. The great thing about this is if for some reason you're in a vehicle and you pull it out, there is a little tab right here that you can affix like a D-ring to, or whatever you like a small carabiner. And if you need to, you can hang it up. And again, in this, like I said, another Cat 5 tourniquet, some chest seals, some information books, boo-boo supplies, and gauze. This one isn't fully kitted out yet. I'm still in the process of getting equipment for this. Once again, like I said, made of all Hypalon. The elastics, they're a little bit tough at first, but they do loosen up over time. These things are amazing. I've had this now, I've had all three of these for about 2 years, with the exception of the North American Rescue over here, the thigh rig. I've only had that for a short amount of time, but this one, these two I've had for about 2 years, and there's no signs of wear on them. I've beaten them up, I've taken them everywhere with me. If I'm leaving the house, I have one of the three of these wherever I'm going, and they're always with me. There's no fraying, there's no ripped edges. I love them. So this one does have the ability on the top here. You'll notice some MOLLE cutouts, laser cut MOLLE cutouts. These you can get what's called a tourniquet now on their site, and it's a little elastic band type thing that loops in that holds a tourniquet on the top. I'm not a huge fan of that. It kind of makes the kit a little bit more bulky. I like to leave my tourniquet on the inside, which is easy just to straight pull down and it comes right out. So the tourniquet on the top, I mean, you can have it if you like it. You could have 2 tourniquets. You can never have enough. So this is great if you have some sort of MOLLE vest, a backpack with MOLLE on it, and you want to leave it on the outside so people can see it. They know what it is. And once again, on the outside, it has the cross where you can do tactical black, red, or the glow-in-the-dark 3M Scotch Light stuff. This is another great kit. And I would suggest this for people who, for law enforcement, friends, family, anybody like that, if you're going to be wearing a tactical vest or any sort of thing like that, these are great. It's a little bit bigger of a kit. You can carry a little bit more stuff. Get the training, get the knowledge, and carry one of these. Again, difference between life and death, few seconds. Especially if you're on a scene where EMS can't make the scene rather quickly, you have something here that can take care of people. So that's the Blue Force Gear trauma kit now. Okay, so now moving on to something a little bit bigger and probably my favorite piece of gear. And some people are going to kind of disagree with me on it, but that's okay. That's what this is for. This is the North American Rescue USCG thigh rig. And like I said, it's starting at about $153, and that's kitted out. This, when I got it, I did not have it kitted out. I kitted it out myself with stuff I purchased to fit the needs of things that I thought that I was going to need. I keep this with me to use in case of a bigger event. You never know what may happen. If you've got like a ton of stuff on you at the time, and there's not many places to keep an individual first aid kit, or you don't want to keep one on your belt, this is great. You can keep this, the top part of it that has snaps and Velcro, mounted onto your belt, mounted onto whatever you want, and then even your battle belt. You got a battle belt, throw it on there. And all it is just a female buckle, and when you need it, snap in the mail and throw this around your thigh. This has a rubberized coating on it to hold it in place. This can also be a MOLLE attached kit. You'd have to take off the thigh rig and remove this belt up here, the male part. But it's kind of a little bit bulky for that, but I mean, I guess it would work. It would work fine. On the back, you've got a nice rigid, I want to say it's a polymer plate in the back to hold everything square and ready to go, so it doesn't flex into form on you. So this one will be easy, especially if you're sitting in a vehicle for a long period of time, especially if you've got tight spaces and having something on your belt is just really uncomfortable. I want to say that in my personal preference, I would love to see law enforcement or whoever carry this as a active shooter kit, something like that. Recently, we all know there's been tons of active shooters, unfortunately, in the world. It's kind of the way we live now, which is not fair, but it's life, I guess. That's the way things are progressing. So this is going to be great. You keep it in your patrol car, your cruiser, ambulance, fire truck, whatever you might be riding in that day, your personal vehicle, who knows. And when you need it, it snaps on, it's ready to go. This is going to carry a lot more gear. It's going to carry a lot more stuff to help you out. So this right here is going to fold open. So it'll be sitting on your leg and it'll fold down. You'll have, like in here, I have 2 needle decompression pens, some gloves, NPAs, 2 different NPAs, chest seals, entry and exit, or 2 entries, whatever it might be, emesis bag, some gauze. Then I have 2 sets of combat gauze, a set of North American Rescue, just compression gauze, some glucose, a tourniquet, and one of these elastic band type tourniquets. I'm not really a fan of these. It's a SWAT tee. I just keep it in here in case I need to do a pressure bandage. I think these would be great for pressure bandages. They're advertised as tourniquets, but I've never used one as one. I don't really know if it's practical to use as a tourniquet. To be totally honest with you, when things start flying, I don't know if you're going to have the motor skills to actually tighten this down as much as it's going to be needed to be tightened down. So this is going to have a ton more stuff in it, and in the bottom here you're going to have a small little clip. It can be loosened up, it can be tightened up. Honestly, I've been trying to figure out what you could put in there, and the only thing that I've come up with so far is you could throw some rolls of tape on there, and if you need them, they can come right out and roll. But like I said, I like using the frog tape. It's flat, sits flat, it works great, and it sticks on wet diaphoretic skin. It holds tight. I would highly recommend putting multiple tourniquets in here. That's a great idea. This is just kind of a prototype I'm kind of playing with right now to see what I can outfit this as. But I don't know. It's going to be something different. So again, this is going to be great for people that don't want to keep it on them right then, but will have access to it rather quickly. These are great. All three kits are great. It just depends on what you want to carry with you. And I highly recommend always having a first aid kit with you. Whether it's a BLS first aid kit or it's something that you know how to use all the equipment in the advanced ones, go for it. They're going to be great. They're going to be there to help you. There's never a reason to not have them. Like I said, anytime you're carrying a first aid kit, you're going to be there to help somebody, and that could mean the difference between life and death for them. Down the road, I'm going to do a few more reviews on these first aid kits and how I set them up completely. I'm going to go through all the different stuff that I have in there. I know I have a bunch more first aid kits. I know for some of you that know me, that's shocking, but we'll get into more detail on these. But for right now, that's just a quick in-depth view of the first aid kits that I keep with me all the time. Please subscribe, like the channel, give me a comment if there's anything that you want to see on the next video. And that's Gear 911. Thanks again, guys.